Hi everyone. I want to just make a super quick video going over some of our assignments and things to keep in mind this week. So if you didn't notice, we're getting very close to the end of the semester. And you can tell because we're here on the modules, there's only one other kind of assignment left other than our major projects. So this is your final process work assignment. The only thing that's left after this is your final reflection. So that'll be your final reflection assignment. And then of course, your research project part two. So let's go ahead and talk about that. So research project part two, I went over in the last video. You can see that here. I have a few links in here that will give you a little bit more information on how to make these different types of texts. Because of the nature of our class, it's an online class, you might want to make something that's online that you can easily share with me. But if you did want to make something that's physical, like a zine or a poster or something like that, just keep in mind you can always turn in a physical copy as well. Or we can maybe figure out something like you could take a picture, you could take pictures of it and submit it that way. One of the good options I think is an infographic. And so if you follow this link, it'll take you to Canva. I like Canva because it's really user friendly. And so here, let's say I like the design of this infographic, then all I have to do is kind of click on these different elements. And then I can rewrite this text. I could say teaching English, for example, and it's just going to do it for me. I mean, I have to write it myself, but I don't have to figure out the font. I don't have to figure out how to, change a bunch of stuff. And then even things like pictures, I can change these elements. For example, if I go over here to elements, then there will be GIFs that I can use, images, videos, I can add sound. There's all kinds of stuff that I can add in Canva. And so this can be kind of a fun way for you to share your research that is then something that you can kind of easily share with me. This is just one good option, I think. There's other good options on here, but I just wanted to steer you this direction if you are kind of thinking through, okay, shoot, how do I make an infographic? So our only assignment this week, like I said, is this model text analysis. It's a short week. Some of you have already turned this in. I just want to tell you really quick kind of what I'm looking for here. I have a little jargon in here, and so please don't feel intimidated by that. This is something that is going to get you starting to think about the types of concepts we're going to build on in 102. And so if you're like, I don't know what that means, just do your best, because really what I'm looking for here is I just want you to find an example of the type of text that you want to make. So like if you want to make a poster, try to find a poster. If you want to make an infographic, try to find an infographic, video, and so on. Try to find a podcast, try to find whatever it is that you want to make, an example that you can look at and say, okay, here's what they've done. What do I like about what they've done? What do I want to maybe do in my own video, podcast, blog post, social media post, whatever? And so that's just kind of what this purpose of this assignment is to get you thinking about how other people have made things and how you can use that as a model to help you make your own decisions when creating your own work, right? And so, share a link with me if you can. You can always take a photo of something and share that. What is the format or the medium? What is the type of work that it is? What genre is it? Genre just means a classification of something. And so, like, for example, there's true crime podcasts, there's comedy podcasts, there's educational podcasts, there's news podcasts. So it's just kind of a way of saying the type that it is. Genre norms and conventions. This just means like basically what are you noticing about it that seems like the kind of thing you would expect from like a certain type of video, like a review video, for example. They're probably going to give it a rating. Or maybe they'll go over things like acting and set design, because those are the kinds of things you would expect somebody to talk about in a movie review, for example. What do you like or not like? That's probably pretty self-explanatory. And then what do you want to imitate, borrow, or do differently? What I'm talking about here is you're looking at this other kind of work. Like for example, let's say you're looking at a video, you want to make a video. What do you want to try to recreate in your own video that they've done in this video? And it's okay if you can't, like if you're like, I don't have the editing skills for that, but what is it that you'd like to recreate in your own video, for example? So hopefully this has helped if anybody's been confused on this assignment. I know it's a short week. This is it. And then next week we're going to have our reflection, our assignment due, and we'll wrap up the semester. So I hope you're having a great week. I hope you have a great break, and I'll see you all next week.